Hello, everyone. In this lesson, we will discuss the new version features of Atelier 7.0, Garment Fitting, Beta. Let's take a look together. You can find the garment fitting in Tools. Clicking it will display a step-by-step illustration of the feature. Let's first take a look at the initial 3 steps. First, add only 2 avatars to prepare for garment fitting. Second, ensure the cloth is correctly worn. Simulate to ensure the clothing is stably worn on the avatar. Rotate and view from different angles to ensure there are no patterns falling or shaking. It is important to note that currently only buttons will scale proportionally with the patterns. Zippers and other trims are not supported yet. Additionally, you can enable Solidify to make the clothing more stable during the garment fitting process. Check Show 3D colors to see the status of the patterns. Here, I've set the Solidify value for the clothing to the maximum. Third, maintain a safe distance between avatars. Finally, the 4th point, all avatars require substitutes. Click here. Go to the Substitute panel. Similarly, there are demonstration steps. According to personal preference, I usually adjust the height first. You can match the height using the yellow guidelines. Next, let's adjust the pose first. Click on the small person icon in the top right corner to make symmetrical adjustments. Adjusting the pose first allows you to more clearly see the differences in body shape, especially the shoulder width. Next, switch between different views to adjust the pose. There, the overall pose is matched now. Next, let's adjust the substitutes parameters. Usually, adjusting the shoulder width is sufficient. You can always make subtle adjustments to the pose as needed. Ensure that the orange substitute essentially wraps around the original avatar. The 3rd step is Fit Avatar. Click on the top right corner to fit the avatar. You can see that the substitute is fully fitted to the original avatar. No visible gaps or protrusions indicate a successful creation. Finally, click on the top right corner to save. The created substitute will appear wrapped in green. Next, let's quickly demonstrate the creation of a child substitute. Firstly, if there is a situation where the centers are not on the same vertical plane, you can click the Reset button here. First match the height, then match the general pose. Adjust the shoulder width. If there are protruding parts, it means the creation has failed. Ctrl+C to undo. Upon arrival at the side, it was observed that the pose at the calf was not properly matched, and the orange substitute do not fully encase the model. Therefore, let's proceed to adjust the pose. After adjusting it, fit it again and check the results. Now it's successful like this. When all the model substitutes are created, our preparation work will be complete. Return to this panel, where there will be a small prompt. This is not mandatory. Increasing the particle distance actually makes multi-layer more prone to clipping. Therefore, for multi-layered clothing, stability in simulation is preferred over quick migration. Then select the target model that migrate the clothing to, here changing it to the child Alice. Whether to adjust the patterns or not, if there are no specific rules prohibiting changes to the pattern size or UV layout. It would generally be yes. The migration process is affected by face counts. Let's speed up to see. Unsewn patterns can be seen falling off. This is unavoidable. Let's quickly move to adjust it. Furthermore, the clothing may shrink. This is due to differences in body sizes between the 2 avatars. An optimization method is to further adjust the pattern. Next, let's look at the results of choosing not to revise the pattern. The clothing can also be worn correctly. Next, let's see the results of not selecting Solidify. you can see patterns of the clothing falling off. It's not fitting due to significant differences in body size. And even more serious distortion. Therefore, it is recommended to select Solidify during the migration process. Next, let's take a look at the adaptation results for the plus-size body type. Note specifically that once the substitute is created, you can freely change the pose of the target avatar. Here, we'll change the pose to run to demonstrate. Similarly, ensure that the preparation work is complete. You can see that the clothing has been successfully transferred. Lastly, let's see how we fit garment to outer model with pose. First, select Add to Add Model, check Auto Scale. The model itself has no bones. Therefore, when adapting the model, adjusting the pose will be more complex. Recommend adjusting the hip bones first. Then proceed to adjust the legs sequentially. And also the upper body. In this process, synchronized with the adjustment of parameters. Click on Fit Garment and you will see the calf insertion. Withdraw and come back to readjust the pose. Other unattached parts have little effect, so it doesn't have to be completely wrapped up. Now, let's take a look at the fitting results. The clothing mostly fitted. There are also some falling patterns. And penetration area. Just need a few simple adjustments. Now, this completes the explanation of the 3 scenarios of garment fitting. Feel free to like the video, share it, and participate in the comments section. See you in the next video.